Oh boy, okay folks, welcome back to Xcom as we continue on to the resolution phase. Alright, the phone is ready, and this will be decidedly more calm. I'll probably cool off a little bit because I am still sweating from that craziness, but let's go on ahead and start resolving things. Proceed. Alright, there are 14 steps we will go through, and these steps are always presented in the exact same order. You always know exactly what's going to happen during these resolution phases. The first thing that happens is we audit the budget. And as always, now this was also true during the, I should have demoed it during the timer. There's always a little help thing you can do, which would have been another way I could have paused the game. I could, if we were in one of those time phases and somebody's, oh wait, I don't understand, what am I supposed to do? My role doesn't make sense here. You could have hit the help button that was on the screen during the timer and it would have taken you to a direct screen explaining everything that the player who was responsible had to do at that point. So that it's really nice that there's always that handy directed, it's one of the really great features of the app. Helps you get through the tough parts of the game. But anyway, so now we're going to audit the other budget. Now that means we have to reconcile. We had $20 because of the withdrawal we made from emergency funding. How well did we spend it? Okay, we've got 3 scientists working on the SHIV, 2 scientists working on revive technology, 1 on Archangel armor. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for those interceptors, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Did I count right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So of the $20 we have, 17 now gets spent. Okay, and so we still have 3 left over. Now, if we had overpaid, if there had been some terrible miscommunication, and because at the beginning of the game, of course, we have a lot of money. But over the course of the game, as countries get more and more panicked, we get less and less income. You might have a turn where, hey, get $4, and we're like, $4, what are we gonna do? But then and you as the commander say, we only have $4, everybody, we have to go really cheap. But then the scientist goes crazy and researches some stuff, and we have a big attack, and we have to defend. If you overpay, if you overspend, what happens is for every dollar you don't have, you increase the most panicked nation, and in the case of a tie, you get to choose 1. So if we had overextended ourselves and we were short $3, we'd have to go 1, 2, 3, and oh no, now Australia is panicked, and that much, because remember, when 2 of these nations go into full-on orange, it's over. So, but anyway, as it happens, I was a very good accountant because I cheated and paused, and we have a deficit. So we move on to step number 2, resolution phase. Recruit soldiers. If you have a budget surplus, I said deficit, didn't I? I meant a surplus. You can, so we will spend the remaining $3, and that means we can recruit 3 units. Each one costs $1, so I could get some more jets or interceptors. But I think, considering the tech we've got, see now, shortly after we get to hire 3 guys. The scientist says, hey, wait. The revive technology and the Archangel technology the revive technology requires support troops. Definitely hire a support, because you can see we don't have any support troops. All the support troops are out on, either on the Sky Range or out on a mission. So the scientist says, definitely, I'm going to do this revive technology and it needs a support troop. So we'll hire a support troop. Let's see, I was panicking when I did these technologies. I don't even know what they are. Chief Scientist gains the top card, salvage, limit twice. Let's see, place for each information assigned to its icons. Okay, yeah, so really, that's the only one. Although, the scientist could also do this to see if he's got any, because he's got a special power. During the resolution phase now, remember, we all had some special powers that we could use during the time phase. We also have special powers we can do during the resolution phase. And the interesting one for the scientist, these technologies that he didn't research, if he goes to the workshop right now and uses some of his excess scientists who he did not use, these excess scientists could actually temporarily learn alloy cannon, satellite targeting, or arc thrower, and temporarily use get an extra special ability that we would use only for this round. Use the exhaust this ability of a tech card at a cost of X. So if I wanted, this costs 2, if I have 2 scientists, I could place 2 scientists here and temporarily get an alloy cannon. So place 1 a success, that's a symbol for success, on the enemy that has assault assigned to it. No, okay. Right, so he didn't have any more that said, hey, take excess guys and put them here. So it doesn't really matter. So we got 2 more guys to hire. Let's see. I think we'll hire another sniper because both of our snipers are out, and if one of them dies, it'd be really kind of a bummer. So let's hire another sniper in case one of them dies. And let's get another generalist. Or what's it called? I'm sorry, yeah, that was the assault. There we go. So let's do that. Okay, so those are the 3 guys we've hired. And again, this is something, everything is calm now. Everybody can talk about this stuff and make more long-term, meaningful decisions about how we spend that excess money, if we had excess money. Later in the game, when you're up against the wall, you're not going to get to do that very often. But that's also later in the game when all your guys are dead and you're desperate to hire somebody. So you start having to work about, before the timer starts, you guys have to, do a plan saying, right, scientists, you can't research anything. We can't afford to pay any scientists because we need excess money to hire because all our soldiers are dead. And if we don't have soldiers, we can't complete the missions, blah, blah, blah. So there's all that kind of strategy. Anyway, moving on to step 3. Resolve crises. Okay, there were a lot of crises. I guess I don't know if that's a function of domination. Maybe a lot more. I've never seen that many. Although I haven't done a domination mission before, so maybe dominations just throw a lot more crises at you. But anyway, so now we got to go through these one at a time. Last in, first out. So resolve the critical damage effect of the invasion plan. The aliens are launching a new offensive. So we look over here, and remember, we looked at this before, remember? It is spawn 2 UFOs. Oh my God, I read this wrong. Spawn 2 UFOs on each continent in red. Oh, on each continent in red. There's no continents in red. So there are no UFOs. Isn't that delightful? Okay, so, and we got rid of the spawn 2 UFOs in orbit. You know what? Because I read this wrong, I'm going to change something up. When we were still counting down, and because we had a lot more satellites we hadn't used yet, I think I'm going to have deployed 3 of these satellites to move a UFO from the board to orbit or from one continent to another that's not panicked. I'm going to have done this during the timed phase to take 3 of these UFOs and put them in orbit. Oops, there we go. 3 UFOs in orbit. Because otherwise, these satellites will do nothing. They cost us money, and if there was nothing up here in orbit, because I was thinking, hey, we had this event that was going to put UFOs in orbit, but I didn't realize the event was not a problem because nobody spawned. So, sorry, just kind of a retrofitting. Let's see here. So, continuing on. So that was the first crisis, which was completely a total... Right, next up. Deal 1 damage to the base. Nothing to do about that. Boom. Now, when we get up to this space and this space, the event happens. Which, again, we don't really worry about unless, if there's a panicking country, then more UFOs start spawning to panic them even more. But right now, 1 damage, not that big a deal. Right, next, discard all salvage. Now, we have yet to collect any salvage. There is no salvage yet. Salvage is when you take out an enemy or an alien. You flip it and it becomes salvage. And salvage is a resource that the scientists can use to increase their ability to research stuff. So we had no salvage at the beginning of the game, so that event was not a problem either. I was really panicking for no reason. We had a lot of events, but we got really lucky and dodged a bunch of bad stuff. Okay, we're done with resolving crises. Now, the scientist is going to start resolving research. He does number 1, and then number 2, and then number 3. He does them in that order. And here is where the dice rolling starts. This game has an immensely huge amount of Ameritrashy style dice rolling. We're going to try and now develop Archangel armor using only 1 scientist to do it, because that's how I assigned 1 scientist to do Archangel armor. I only did 1 scientist because you only need 1 success. It's a pretty easy thing to do, so I'm hoping this 1 scientist will get it done. But now, if it's really important for me to succeed at this, I've still got a couple of scientists. Let's see. No, okay. If I had salvage, remember I don't have any salvage. If I had salvage from a previous round, I could use this to add an additional die. The more salvage I have, the more dice I could roll. But I don't have any. So, since I've got 1 scientist working on this by himself, I get 1 die. And there is a 2 in 6 chance. There's only a 33% chance of success. If I had 2 scientists, I'd get 2 dice. If I could give up some salvage now and go into the lab with that salvage material, I could add extra dice. But One scientist is going to do this. And now whenever you roll, in addition to however many Xcom dice you roll, depending on how many soldiers there are or how many scientists, whatever, you always roll the alien die as well. And this could be our downfall. This could spell instant doom for our attempts to do it. So let's start rolling. Now, there is a challenge meter. The longer I take trying to... Well, actually, let's roll. Let's see what happens first with just a roll. Okay. Failure! All right. But a 5. Whenever I'm rolling the alien, I want to roll as high a number as possible. I just want to roll all 8s, because the lower the number, the more likely the aliens are to interfere with whatever I'm trying to do. Now, fortunately, I rolled a 5. And so, because at the beginning, the difficulty, or the threat, I think, the threat that this scientist is under was at level 1. If I had rolled a 1, if there's a 1 in 8 chance, if I'd rolled a 1, it would have been a critical failure, and this would have been done. I wouldn't be able to keep rolling. But now I can push my luck. I can go from level 1 to level 2. Now I could roll again, and if I get a 1 or a 2, we fail. And I got an 8. And so I didn't fail, and boom, I got the success I needed, which means I take a success, I put it, I only needed 1 success, so we have done it. This scientist, well done, sir, has built arcane armor. Now this is a tech squad leader upgrade. So the squad leader now has a new special power. He can place a soldier here, and the chief scientist gains the top card of the enemy deck as salvage, twice per row. Hey, look at this. We've got some soldiers who aren't doing anything. Oh, but no. We do, in the same way we put these guys in the time phase to get rid of a crisis, we can put guys here during a crisis so that the scientist will have an easier time. So now the squad leader can help the scientist in the future. All right, now we've got some more research to do. Let's do this revive technology. I put 2 scientists on this. So we are rolling 2 Xcom dice and the alien. And the threat thing, or whatever this is called, goes back to level 1. Let's go. And we need 2 successes to do this. All right, fail, but we rolled a 4, so no big deal. Now we move up to the threat is level 2. Let's try again. 7, no big deal, but fail, that's crappy. Let's go up to level 3. And now the question is, how far am I going to push my luck? Because now if I get a 1, 2, or 3, then I've failed completely. I can't go any further, and these guys get exhausted, which means they are complete. We've lost 2 scientists for the next 2 rounds. Which is not the end of the world, but it's not good either. But I'm going to keep pushing my luck. We're up to level 3 now, and a 4. Oh my gosh, that was close. But hey, we got our first success. Now, if I go again, I'm rolling against a 4. It's almost a 50-50 chance of losing these scientists. And the question is, how bad do I want this tech? You know what? There could be some guys who die. I want to have this revive. Because we have the support. I'll be able to put the support soldier on here, or the squad leader will, so we can save these guys who are out in the field. So the scientist, he's going to be brave. He's going to keep pushing it. And now if I roll a 1, 2, 3, or 4, the scientists get exhausted. It's a 7. Whew. And 2 successes. That is enough. All right, good job, scientists. You have learned revive. So we have been really specializing on the squad leader. He has a lot more functionality. This time, we can't use it till the next timer phase, but we can now, if anybody is about to die, we can put a support here, as many support as we have, and save that many soldiers from dying thanks to revive technology. Nice. Oops, okay. Right, okay, yeah. Now, we're on to the last one, this SHIV, which is a level 2, and I was just in a panic. I put 3 scientists on this thing, because I was really scared. So I get to roll 3 dice. The difficulty meter resets. And let's see what we get. A 7, no big deal. And we get 1 success. Let's roll again. But now we're at level 2. And a 3. Oh my gosh, we almost see our crow fail. We get another success, and boom, we did it. All right. That was maybe a bit overkill with 3 scientists. We had to pay an extra $1 to do it. But we now also have SHIV technology, which goes to the central officer. This is another power he has during resolution. Exhaust this and place 1 success on a mission track. There's 3 things you have to do on every mission if a soldier is assigned to each icon. So this is going to help later in the mission to guarantee we succeed at this mission without losing, without suffering casualties. So the scientist has basically set it up so that we, in this game, can be very, very strong at mission and base defense. If the scientist had chose other stuff, we might be very, very strong with air superiority if he gave the commander a lot of abilities. He might have given himself a lot of abilities, so he's a better researcher. He might have given the central officer a lot of abilities to give us more flexibility with our satellites. But as it is, he's really focused on the squad leader. So we are done with science. If we had ever failed, what would have happened? If we had failed with these guys, then they would flip over. That means they cannot be used next round at all. They just kind of take a day off. But any progress we made on this would be saved, and we could keep researching it in the future and try to get it finished. All right, next step, number 5. Okay, now we resolve orbital defense. There are 3 ships in orbit, 2 satellites are going to try and shoot them down. So we start rolling again. 2 satellites, which we pay $2 for, and we reset the difficulty. Let's start rolling. All right, a 3. So if we'd rolled a 1, we would have failed. But as it is, and we failed anyway. We got nothing done. Difficulty increases. Roll again. A 4, no problem. 2 fails again. Let's increase. Let's keep pushing our luck. Boom! A 2. Okay, and wow, that was crappy. We just tried 3 times in a row. We got a 2, so it's a critical failure. These satellites are exhausted. They're used up. And in 3 rolls, I didn't get a single success. So all 3 of these saucers, which we put into orbit, assuming we were going to shoot them, they get away scot-free. That's a problem. That's our first critical problem. Now, it says right here, after you're done, whether you succeed or fail, increase the panic on the continent with the lowest panic by 1 for each UFO remaining in orbit. There are 3 UFOs in orbit. So, well, that means we're going to do each of these once. So all 3 of these got a little bit more panic because there's some UFOs in orbit. We're all very scared. Bad satellites. Very bad. That was some bad rolling. Let's keep going. Step 6. The commander. Resolve global defense. Now, while the central officer is in control of the satellites and protecting stuff in orbit, the commander is in control of the Air Force. And now, it was crazy. Every single attack was just focused on Europe, trying to push Europe's panic over into the red, which is weird because Europe was way on the low side. That was a very strange choice for the aliens, particularly since you'd think they'd want to panic Africa, because once Africa goes into the red, I lose this special ability. But, you know, the app has a plan. So, anyway, there are 2 UFOs here. We've got 3 interceptors trying to shoot them down. You guessed it, that means we roll 3 dice plus, as always, the alien die. Reset the difficulty. Roll. Oh my gosh, we almost failed. But was it right? And no successes. Let's push our luck a little bit. Let's go again. Now, we have a 1 or a 2, so we have a 25% chance. Now, if we fail with satellites and scientists, it's not that big a deal. They're exhausted. You don't get to use them for 1 round. If we fail with this, these guys all get blown up. They are lost. And we have to pay money in the future if we have excess cash. So the stakes are much higher when we're trying to shoot UFOs down out of the sky. So let's roll a 6. That's good. And hey, we got 1 success. So we've taken out 1 of these UFOs. Now the difficulty goes up to 3. Do I keep going? Because if I ever fail, it doesn't matter how many UFOs are, all of these will get blown up. If a 1, 2, or 3, that's kind of scary. Should I stop? See, if I stop, there's only 1 UFO over Europe. That means Europe will just go, what, 1 level up. I think I'm going to stop. I don't want to take a chance. Now let's see if I hadn't stopped, what would have happened. I would have had another success, and it would have been fine. I would have rolled a 7. But, oh well, I stopped anyway. So we stopped, and now increased the panic. Since we left this one alive because we were afraid, we didn't want to lose all our ships, we increased the panic of Europe by 1. Okay, because there's 1 ship over Europe. Okay, moving on. Next. Resolve base defense. Okay, now it's time for the squad leader to shine. There are these 2 guys, a heavy and a support, facing off against a cyber disc. Now, he has no special ability. We're going to roll. But first we have to decide how many of these guys are going to be involved in this combat. Now remember, as I was saying up front, you have to match icons. So the support has teamwork and snipers. This guy is weak against teamwork, so the support can do it. The heavy guy has explosives and teamwork, so he can do it. So both of these guys can do it. If the it would have been a bad idea if we had assigned a sniper, because the sniper would not be able to help because he doesn't have any matching icons. But fortunately, the squad leader knew what he was doing. So we're going to assign both of these guys to fight the cyber disc. Now, also, the support's special strength is in teamwork And the weakness of the cyber disc is teamwork. So that means this guy gets 2 dice to roll because he gets the upgrade because his strength is going up against that weakness. The other guy gets 1 dice. So even though there's only 2, we get to roll 3 dice for success. And once again, we got to reset the difficulty. And if we fail, both of these guys die. But we're not worried about it because remember, we've got, if somebody dies, we can use support to save them with the revive technology. Nice. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's do this. So, we're going to roll. As long as we don't get a 1, everything is fine. I don't like a 3. That's not good. 1 success. Now, this is a tough guy. He's got 3 hit points. So, we got to keep pushing our luck. So, now the difficulty goes up to 2. And, anytime you want, if you're worried, you can pull guys in and out. You can shift them around. There's a lot of flexibility. There's not so much flexibility with the scientists and these guys, but over here there's flexibility. We're going to keep fighting, keep rolling our 3 dice, and try and do some more damage. All right, that's another hit and a 5. So once again, we didn't fail. And now the difficulty goes up to 3. All right, let's go again. Dun, dun, dun. 3. Now, okay, some stuff happens. Even though we had the critical failure, this success still goes through. So we did our 3rd success. We successfully saved the base. This guy is gone, and he turns into salvage that the scientists can use in the future to make research easier. Okay, but we were at difficulty 3. We rolled a 3. That means both of these guys die right now, and they go back to waiting to be you have to pay money to re-recruit to recruit replacements. I think now is the time when we say, wait a minute, only one of them is going to go down. Let's get the support guy and prevent 1 soldier from being killed. We will prevent the other support guy from being killed. So that means, unfortunately, this heavy, he died bravely and valiantly, saving the base. Now, if we hadn't taken that guy out, the alien would still be here, and we would have taken another damage. And he would still be here next round, so we'd have to keep on fighting that guy. But fortunately, even though we lost the guy, we saved the base. Okay, moving on to the step 8. Now the game asks, was your base destroyed? And later in the game, after it gets higher and higher, if the base was destroyed, if I say destroyed right now, we see the lose screen because we instantly die if the base was destroyed. But I'm happy to say the base is not destroyed. Now, the squad leader resolves the mission. Remember, there's this mission on here which we sent 4 guys. That's the maximum you can send. Let's move the mission down here so we can see it a little bit better. Hi, guys. So they are on an asset recovery mission in Africa. Okay, 2 snipers, a support guy, and an assault guy. So, once again, it's very much like defending the base. This is all choices the squad leader makes. And interestingly, the squad leader, unfortunately, has no more support guys free because this guy is now recuperating from saving the base. So we cannot save anybody else. If any of these guys die, that's it. Let's see here. But we do have some aces up our sleeve. All right. Ooh, I forgot. Oh, crap. Hey, you know what? I forgot. We have excess satellites. Remember right here when, let's see, before we move on to the mission, we rolled the 3, and that was bad. This guy died. But we could have said, wait. The mission control guys could have said, I'm going to use one of my remaining satellites and exhaust this. You can only do it once and re-roll the alien die. I could have re-rolled, and if I didn't get a 3, my heavy guy wouldn't have died. And I rolled an 8. So this stepped in, and the heavy guy survived. Yay, because we re-rolled, we saved the base. Okay, but we can only do that once per round. Let's see, now this, exhaust this, place a success on a mission task that has a soldier assigned to each of its icons. So now we have to do 2 damage to this outsider. But if we put 3 soldiers that match the icon, we can immediately use this SHIV that we just built and immediately get one of those success done, just like that. Let's see. Now that means we'd have to put 3 guys on there, and if they die, we lose 3 guys. Now maybe we should use it instead, because if we use it on this, if we put 2 guys on here, if we put 2 guys on here. No, actually, if it has a soldier assigned to each of its icons, if we put a support guy who we have, this support guy does both icons. This support guy, using the SHIV, could complete this thing without even having to roll. So let's save the support. We don't want him to die because using the SHIV, he'll instantly be able to do the second part. So who is going to fight? Who's going to fight the outsider? Who has the special power? The enemy cannot be taken as salvage when it's killed. Let's see, do we have any other special things? Okay, we're saving the SHIV for that. Place a soldier here. The chief scientist gets the top card as salvage, which, all right, we don't need to do that. But you know what, let's go on ahead and, oh no, that's in the time phase, so we can't do that right anyway. So, now, the scientist, remember, he's still got a couple, the chief scientist has a couple more scientists, which means we could pull these rabbits out of our hats too. Choose an enemy, that enemy loses, oh, okay, let's put a scientist here, it's only level 1, or here, to activate Arc Thrower. This guy lost his special ability, he won't be disintegrated, we'll get to take him as salvage. Let's see, place one on an enemy that has an assault assigned to it. Oh, no, even better. Let's put 2 scientists and activate the alloy cannon. Because I'm going to assign an assault to fight. All 3 of these guys are fighting this outsider. And because we put an assault, we're going to exhaust this. And now that means it's pretty much out of the game because it was a one-time use using our workshop. Because we have to discard the card, so this is gone. But we have automatically done 1 success. So now this guy only has 1 hit point left. Although, I'm run out of scientists, so I can't use any more scientists to get rid of his special power. So we aren't going to get that salvage, unfortunately, but that's okay. So, 3 guys here. He has no weaknesses, so we just get to roll 3 dice. And the alien, the difficulty resets to 1. Let's roll. Just don't get a 1. Don't get a run. Don't get a 1. Don't get a 1. Oh my God! Oh, sorry, folks. That was a little dramatic, wasn't it? That's a 1. Now, we also got a success and a success. So this is a bit bittersweet. Oh my gosh. This is terrible. This is horrible. Okay, so we got 2 successes. Hooray. That was more than enough to take out the outsider. It got disintegrated, so it's just removed. We didn't get to. Goes into a discard pile. But the 1 meant all 3 of these guys died. And I don't have any more support, so I can't revive any of them. Oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, oh wait. Wait. We've got 1 more satellite. Oh, exhaust this. I can't use the last satellite to re-roll. Oh my God. We just lost 3 guys. That was a crushing blow. That was epically poor. With the benefit of hindsight, I should have saved this satellite because I used it to save 1 heavy, and I should have used it to save these 3 guys. Well, but still, we finished the first level of asset recovery. Now let's move on to second. Now this guy is all by himself. But hey, guess what? He can do sniping and friendship. So putting him on this means he's covering both icons, which means using the SHIV, place 1 success, and instantly, boom, we are done. The second level is done. We didn't even have to roll. So now we can move on to the third. The third, however, requires a grenade. Support cannot do a grenade. So he is stuck here. He cannot finish the mission. He's all alone. All his buddies are dead. So this mission is not going to get finished this round. It's going to wait here. And in fact, this support, who would be much better suited for helping revive people, is just stuck up here, hiding in a hidey hole, hoping for some reinforcements to finish that last step. That did not go well, folks. That was a killer. All right, but let's move on. And now the game asks, hey, what's the current panic level? Everybody's still in yellow, so we don't have to worry. But, you know, if 2 guys were in orange, we do that, and the game would say, hey, it's over. But, moving on, the game asks, did you complete your mission? No, I did not. Not completed. It will continue next round. Let's see here. Now we just do a bit of cleanup. Refresh units. Everything that was tapped is untapped. Beep, beep, beepity boo. La, 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 la. So we get all our powers back. Right. And let's see, was there any last minute stuff we wanted to do? Exhaust this, re-roll the, all right, we already exhausted that. Place a soldier here. You know what, before we were done, let's place a soldier here. No, that's only in the timer. I keep forgetting that's in the timer. Right, so I should put these timer abilities next to each other so I don't get confused. I already did this. Prevents 1 soldier from being killed. I didn't have any more support, so I couldn't do that. Right. Now I could have, no. Resolution. Choose an enemy. That enemy loses special ability. I didn't have. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it did. Right, okay. I could do this. Oh, no, this is the thing I haven't researched yet. Right, and there was nothing else. So, okay, so we're untapping everything, getting ready for the next round. Okay. All tokens that are in the reserves, not on the board, are refreshed. Okay. So basically, everybody comes home. So these guys all come home. Two assaults. There's my other support. This guy doesn't, though. He's still stuck out there. These guys are all waiting to be recruited. These planes come home. I was a bit overprotective of them, I think. These scientists come home. And if some of them were exhausted, they would stay exhausted. But as it is, none of them were exhausted, so they'll all be ready next turn. My satellites come home. And none of them got exhausted. Oh, wait, no. 2 of these satellites failed. They're exhausted. I only have 6 satellites in the next round instead of my normal 8. And we've still got 3, right. So, that's that. Everybody's come home, except for him. He's still away on the away mission. But the first 2 levels are completed. We just have to do 1 more. So that'll be an easy mission to finish. We just got to send... If we just send 1 assault guy, he'll be able to blow that last thing up. And in fact, don't forget, we can use the special power of one of our satellites to pull him back out so that he could get deployed someplace else. So, then, oh yeah, return use reserved, refresh everything. So that was it. Step 14, how many UFOs are in orbit? There are 3. That's not good either. Next. And now we can begin round 2 where we will have a timer. Now, the interesting thing is these guys, because we didn't get rid of them, our orders are going to become scrambled in the second round. And that means normally, if your orders aren't scrambled, they come in a fairly predictable order that is optimized so that the defenders can make the smartest moves possible. But unfortunately, now they're going to be scrambled. So what might happen is, what's very likely to happen is the squad leader might have to deploy defenders to the base before we find out who's attacking. And that could be terrifying because we could deploy defenders who can't actually defend. You know, if this turns out to be the guy who's attacking, which means we need teamwork and explosives, but we ended up sending a sniper, the sniper wouldn't be able to fight the guy. So UFOs in orbit could really mess us up because we have to make decisions before we have perfect information. Also, these guys at some point are going to get moved. They're going to come and spread more terror around the world, which means we're going to have to scramble more jets to shoot them down again. So it's bad to keep them in orbit. It really messes up your planning. But otherwise, we're ready to go. We've got Europe is still in trouble. There's going to be some more deployed. Probably some more UFOs will show up. The interesting thing is we will get the opportunity to take another mission, which means we could scrap this mission, bring the guy home, and start a new one, but there's no way we're going to do that. There's going to be more attacks on the base. There's going to be more opportunities to do research. There's going to be more money that has to be spent. The scientist is going to get more cards that he can use to upgrade all of his teammates, and so on. I'm just curious, how much money are we going to get? Nobody is full on panic yet, so we'll probably still get a decent amount of cash in 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, okay, so immediately, 15, 3 UFOs descend from orbit. These guys all come over to North America and start trying to terrify it. New technology, the scientist redraws back up to 6 cards. Taking too long, done. And we get 14 credits, so 1, 5, 10, 15, 14, done. UFOs detected. 2 more in North America. Oh my gosh. Assign research. And let's just go on ahead. And as you can see, I mean, if I didn't know what, I could hit the thing and it would give me all kinds of hints or not hints, but tell me what it means to assign research, all the rules for it, etc., etc. And while we were doing that other stuff, the scientists would be deciding, and right now the scientists would have to put something into play. And another interesting example of the scrambling is, normally the science research things are spread out. Hey, do one of them, and then spend the rest of your time thinking and get prepared so eventually you'll do another one. But the game now, because of we had scrambled orders, it might do all 3 sciences back to back, and the scientist player won't get enough time to formulate an overall strategy, won't have enough time to talk about, Commander, do you need some science? Do you need some science, etc., etc. Now we know we've got $14 to spend. we know we're going to want to save some of it left over so that we can recruit some more guys because we lost so many. And so really, the players had to have a plan coming in. Although that plan might be right out the window because look how many UFOs have descended. We know we're eventually going to put 3 jets over here. That's going to be money. Money to the scientists. This guy's going to need more money to support him out there in the field. Although we have 2 less satellites, which means we're not going to be able to control, or we can still put 3 in orbit to shoot down stuff in orbit, but we have less opportunities to shuffle guys around, or shuffle guys around or shuffle UFOs around, etc., etc. And that's it, folks. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire time phase again because that's exhausting. Plus, I'm down to 1 minute left on my battery. So I think I'm going to stop right there because you've seen all the game has to offer. Now, this game is going to go either until 2 countries panic or the base is exploded, or after I make it through 4 or 5 or 6 rounds, eventually the app will say, reveal the final mission. As you can see, there's going to be 1 alien defender, 3 icons here. It needs 3. Normally, you only need 1 success to defeat this, but here we'll need to defeat this mid thing 3 times and roll. And when we're trying to do this last thing, no matter how many guys we assign to it, we roll 1 less die than normal. But if we succeed, we win the game. And then the game actually gives us points depending on how well we manage our assets and stuff like that. But I'm not going to do that because I am exhausted. So if you want, you can hit the button right now or follow the show notes. So final thoughts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.